Welcome back to another episode of Organized Chaos Stories with Shabana. I'm your host, Shabana Knight. This is the place where life's beautiful messes transform into wisdom, laughter, and inspiration. In each episode, I'll be sharing real stories, mine and others, about the twists, turns, and unexpected lessons that life brings. Together, let's learn to turn life's messes into messages, struggles into stories, and chaos into clarity. So come join me, friends, while I remind you the true magic is with us all. We hold the power to create a life we not only like, but love. Let's do this. Happy February. And of course, since it's February, we're talking about love. And today, we're talking about loving podcasting. I love podcasts so much. I created this podcast because I love listening to podcasts. And this episode is dedicated to the brave people who have already started a podcast and to the ones who feel that little nudge inside that says, maybe I should start one too. So let's dive in, and who knows, by the end of this episode, you might decide this is your year to start a podcast, or maybe you'll decide it's not. The decision has always been in your hands. Choose wisely, and for God's sake, have some freaking fun along the way. About 10 years ago, I started working out at a small gym. While I worked out, I would listen to motivational videos on YouTube. People like Mel Robbins, Tony Robbins, you get the point. I loved it. Eventually, that transitioned into listening to podcasts. Then about 6 or 7 years ago, I started cleaning houses as a part-time job. And while I cleaned, I listened to podcasts to pass the time. I've been on a self-development journey for years. I love learning, I love growing, I love teaching. I wasn't the greatest in school. English is my second language. One thing I love about life coaching and personal development is that you can't really be bad at it. It's all about growth. It's all about learning and applying. I mean, I guess you could be bad at it if you never apply anything, but it's really about constant growth and development. And it's positive, it's uplifting, and I love that. About 3 years ago, I joined Kathy Heller's community. So many people in her circle started podcasts because of her and the courses she teaches. People told me, you should start a podcast. I thought about it, but I never executed it. I got stuck in my head about the technical side. I'm not the greatest with technology, and that felt like a huge block. Then, this past April, I attended one of her conferences in California. I had so many breakthroughs there. After the conference, I was invited to speak on about 8 different podcasts as a guest, and I loved it. It was so fulfilling to have those conversations and to see how much I've grown through everything I've overcome. To share that, to spread more love and light on a bigger platform. In June, I told by Christmas 2025, I want to have launched a podcast and drop 10 episodes. That was the goal. And by August, I had done nothing, zero zilch. But I had hired a coach. She had a 10-day immersion package. And when she asked me what results I wanted to create in 10 days, I said, I want to create and launch a podcast. She said, okay, let's do it. I cannot emphasize this enough. When you hire the support you need and get crystal clear on your goal, it is wild what you can create in a short amount of time. I looked back at my calendar. On September 2nd, I told her this was my goal. By September 8th, I had dropped my intro and my first episode. 6 days. I didn't do video, just audio. I used Descript for editing, Buzzsprout for hosting, and Canva for my cover art. That's it. And I've been consistent. Now I drop 2 episodes a week. I'm about 150 downloads away from 1,000 total downloads. And to me, that is amazing. That is something to celebrate. I love numbers. They make me so happy. Why did I launch a podcast? First, to prove to myself that I could do it. Second, to work on my throat chakra. I know I have stories inside of me that want to come out. Podcasting felt like a simple, accessible way to share them. It felt easier than getting on a stage. And honestly, I did it because I thought it would be fun. I told myself if it stopped being fun, I could stop. So far, it's been good, so I'm going to keep on going. And another thing, I was always that person in class that was so afraid to read out loud. And I remember in 6th grade, we had to give presentations on some project that we did. And I tried so hard to give my presentation and I kept on fumbling over my words and it was such a mess. And so I sat back down, and then at the end of the week, the teacher's like, okay, if you want one more chance, you can get up and present. And I tried to present. And I remember I just took the F for that project because it was so hard to give the presentation. And so now I think it's funny that now I have a podcast and I talk. So here we go. All right. So what advice would I give to someone considering starting a podcast? First, pull out the voice memo app on your phone and just start talking. That can literally be a podcast. I've done it over and over again. A podcast is people talking and people listening. You don't need a fancy mic. You just need to get started. The rest will fall into place. Use the free version, and that is enough. Second, stop being so hard on yourself. There's no requirement to make a podcast. You do not need a 4-year degree. You need your phone and the internet, and that's it. Third, just go for it. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. If the desire is bubbling up inside of you, it's there for a reason. You might not even realize the lives you're changing by sharing your voice. You may never know the impact, but it's there. Fourth, I wish someone had told me it's easier than it seems. You record yourself talking, you share your ideas, what you're learning, conversations you're having, then you edit it, then you upload it to the hosting platform, and that's it. Fifth, you don't need fancy equipment unless you want it. I don't have fancy headphones. Sometimes I use my AirPods. Half the time I use my phone speaker. I don't wear makeup. My hair is messy. My camera is off. It's just my voice. We overcomplicate things all the time. Keep it simple. Most of us could have started a podcast years ago, but we drag our feet. If you have a topic you love, it's easy to talk about it. So start there. And if you need help, reach out. I've dropped over 30 episodes since launching last September, about 5 months ago. I've interviewed about 5 people so far, and what makes a great guest? Authenticity, sharing from lived experience, passion, purpose, energy. I love interviewing people. It's so much fun. This year, I'm definitely bringing more guests on. So if you're interested, please reach out and send me a message. And here's the cool part. Every time I've wanted a guest, it has fallen into place. I haven't had to force it. It unfolds. The podcasting space can be magical if you let it. Final thoughts. Do a podcast because you want to, not because your friends are doing it. Do not buy anything podcast related until you know your why. Your why can be as simple as it would be fun. After you have your why, create a 30 to 45 second intro, record it on voice memo app. Do it a few times. We are not looking for perfection. Remember, even C's get degrees. There's no gold medal, just start. If you don't want an intro, skip that part. Record a 5-minute episode on your phone. If you can't get over the fear of recording yourself, then you don't have a podcast yet. You have to start somewhere. Have fun, record yourself talking, keep it simple. The world is waiting to hear your voice. Please stop overthinking and overanalyzing. Just do the thing. I always joke and say, thanks for coming to my TED Talk, but today I'll say, thank you for listening to my podcast. You are amazing, you are loved, and you've got this. If you decided to start a podcast, tell me. I want to listen. I want to encourage you. I want to cheer you on. And if you decide not to, that's 100% okay too. I want you living your most authentic life. For some, that's podcasting. For others, it's not. And all of it is welcome. If you haven't already, scroll down and give this podcast 5 stars. Leave a review if you're feeling generous. It takes less than 30 seconds. Kind words are the best, and I love receiving them. Have an amazing day, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace. And remember, record something on your voice memo app first, then download the other apps. Edit on Descript, upload on Buzzsprout. Use the free versions first. Do it messy. Have fun. It's more important you get your voice out there than to stay stuck in overwhelm. People are waiting to hear your stories. Your stories are going to change people's lives. Your voice matters. Go speak your truth. Thank you so much for being here. Know that I love you. Have a great day. Bye. This podcast is sponsored by Happy Mail. I created Happy Mail for when you don't have the words, Happy Mail does. Happy Mail sends handwritten cards of encouragement that uplift, comfort, and reminds everyone they matter. Happy Mail is better than a McDonald's Happy Meal, spreading kindness, not calories. Click the link in the show notes and get your Happy Mail sent ASAP. Limited to U.S. residents only. Hey you, yes you. Thank you so much for listening to Organized Chaos, Stories with Shabana. If you love this episode as much as I did, hit that subscribe button, leave an outstanding review, and share it with a friend who needs some inspiration. Thank you for being part of this community. Remember, in every bit of chaos, there is always a story waiting to emerge. Who knows, maybe sharing your story might inspire others to share theirs. The possibilities are endless. Let's live in the possibility.